Good evening, everyone. It's Luann Beekler, and it's Motivational Monday night. And I'm so excited for this evening's call and that you're all here to listen to it. Now, I was thinking this morning, and some of you got the message, I changed the topic and everything today, because this morning I was thinking about energy and how everything in our world is energy. And so even money's energy. People used to say to me, oh, Luann, if you could bottle that energy, you have so much energy, you're always happy. And that energy used to be fueled by stress and anxiety and fear in the world, quite frankly. And now it is inspired by passion. And I had to wear my t-shirt tonight to show you. So this is my Passion Test t-shirt. The Passion Test, Inspiring Transformation Through Love. Well, is that me or what?
I love it.
You know, that's the other thing Dr. Sue Morter said to me one time. She said, Luann, you're just a little bundle of joy, and you're the last person to know it. And I'm like, that's true. I am.
Right.
So tonight, I am owning that I am a little bundle of joy, and I'm here to share joy with you every Monday night. Because life is just too darn short to live it any other way, and being fully in love with every moment of your life and having joy in every experience. So, without further ado, I want to introduce my friend and mentor, Tanya Villar.
Yes.
Yay! Welcome, Tanya.
Yes, we're definitely partners in our passion and love for passion. I can tell you that, right? I mean, I love me some passion.
Yes. Tanya and I met at the Money and Life Freedom course.
Yes.
And I went to that course in Florida, and it is an amazing program. I am so blessed. And I knew instantly that Tanya and I had a connection when I met her that day. I just felt it in the energy. And now she is called the Southern Muse, and I love that.
Me too, Sha. I love it. Yeah.
She owns that and wears it well. And she's going to share with us tonight some more about energy. And without further ado, come on, Tanya.
Let's do it. Okay. Thank you for that. Now, everybody that's listening to the sound of my voice and the sound of Luann's voice, you want to take a moment to sit down, get out a journal, because what we're going to share with you in our dialogue tonight could mean the difference between you enjoying this week or you dreading this week.
I get my journal out too.
That's what I'm saying. I got mine right here, right? And let me explain why I could say such a bold statement that what we're about to share with you about energy literally can change your perspective about what you feel is possible or what you can feel what's going on in your life right now. So let me explain something a little bit before we get into the concept. And, you know, I'm certain if you know Luann, then you love personal development, personal growth. You're someone that's a leader, a visionary, a creative thinker, somebody who feels that their life was meant to help bring something amazing to the world, something within them. And you've been feeling this calling, this yearning, and you've been studying, going to books, reading books, going to workshops, or if this is your first exposure to us, good luck. This is the best thing. Because if someone would have told me what I'm about to tell you first, I got to save myself many a year of headache. So let me explain something about the three components: your body, your mind, and your soul. Now, I think you can see that. This isn't perfectly drawn. However, I know everyone can relate to this being known as like the creation symbol. We've all heard of body, mind, spirit, the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, right? In all those ancient spiritual things that you look at, there's always the Trinity, right? They talk about the Trinity. And then they talk about grounding. Now, the grounding can't come until after the Trinity is humming. All right? Because before that, you just have a concept. You have two things. That's the beginning of creation. but before it to what I call turn into 3D, then all three components must be vibrating simultaneously at the same frequency. Okay, does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
we all get that, right? You get that, Luann?
Yeah.
All right. So now let me tell you how you can know which part is talking to you and how to talk to the three components. Your mind, let's talk with the mind, because usually that's what we fight with first. Or if we're going to get information, we start with the mind. We think we're being led by our mind, okay? And usually we are. We've made a decision that it's not going to be like this anymore. Like, I'm tired of struggling with money. This is craziness that I don't have enough money. I make too much money not to have any money. Or something like, I feel like I'm stuck and I can't even move. I feel like I'm frozen, right? So there comes a decision. That's number one. So usually it's the mind. And then from that mind, so you know if it's your mind if you're hearing words. So that's why journaling and looking at your words and your sentences tell me what's going on with your mind. That's why in the Money and Life Freedom Weekend experience, if you're doing coaching with me, I listen to your exact words to find out what your mind is up to. What frequency is your mind resonating at? Is it in the past? Or is it projecting something in the future? Or is it in the now moment? Again, another three. Past, present, or now. We're again in the three, right? Okay, we got that one. The second thing, let's talk about this, is your soul. And the reason I'm talking about mind and soul first is because everybody listening to the sound of my voice, those are the two things we got, man. I got my cards right here, right? I got my soul cards. I have my sage. That's my soul stuff. I have, tea time to slow down and listen to my soul. And so,
Meditation.
yeah, meditation, right? And when you're, like you said, you shared that you pulled a card. Share that share that story, Luann, because it talks about the feeling of the soul when you get that connection. Talk about what happened with the
So
card.
on Sunday, I went to my oracle cards, my angel cards, and asked Archangel Michael to tell me what one thing I needed to do to create more abundance in my life. And the card that came up was infinite abundance. There's nothing you need to do, Luann. There's infinite abundance around you. I was just filled with joy and knowing that I was given the message I needed to hear in that day. And I floated around the whole day. I'm like, I got this thing. Right?
Yes.
And it brought back to me as well that when I stop worrying about money, because that was in the description. It's like, don't worry about it, right? You're stopping the flow of it. So you have to stay in that feeling of joy and abundance and knowingness that it's all there for you.
So awesome. So your mind made a decision. You sat down. You consulted your soul, right?
Yes.
And then you felt high, like you could feel the vibration, right?
I
All of
could
us
feel
know
it.
that feeling, right? We feel it. They write songs about it. Let's live high. I am feeling good, and they're talking. These are soulful, spiritual songs that depict what happens when the body, mind, and soul are working together. See, your body totally agreed with you, Luann, that whole day. Your body was in agreement. It didn't fight that feeling of flow. It didn't fight the emotions. Your body's emotions matched your soul's guidance, right?
Right. So I think that Tanya, and then the next day, right, when something comes up,
Right.
that puts you back into a state of doubt, I'll use
Exactly.
that language, then what does one do?
Good. That's why I wanted to save the body for last. If your body is wanting to talk to you, it says, okay, yesterday we agreed with you, Luann. I get it, you know, but your body's not going to get it. Let me just tell you, your body's not going to get it. Your body, even though your mind understands that concept you had in the soul card, you felt joy, peace, and flow. Those are soul feelings,
Yes.
right? Your body actually is still stuck either in the past or projecting the future, or projecting the past into the future, like thinking, last time I did this, this happened, so it's fixing to happen again. So your body shoots out something or perceives an incident as as you nicely put it, I had a tragedy last night.
Mm.
I'm feeling so good, and then I had a tragedy, right?
Right.
But what happens is when you begin your body, you try to get your body to move for 24 hours in alignment, and it kicked back. It says, I don't have space for this joy. There's some old memories in here. There's some old belief systems. There's old assumptions.
And I want to be clear that this tragedy that happened last night, because I didn't
Yeah.
share that with Tanya, is totally unrelated to money. Okay?
Yes.
Totally unrelated to money, but put me today in a space, and it was my body. It was absolutely my body in a space of feeling fear again. My daughter's little dog was attacked in our yard and seriously injured. And so it was like a family member was attacked, you know what I mean? And it had nothing to do with money, but my whole body was today in a state of fear, like because he was attacked. Does that make sense at all?
Well, it does make sense, because let me explain this to you. And I don't know if you believe in past lives. I don't know. I don't know
I
if
do.
people listening to, okay, you do. Okay.
I don't know if people listening do, but
Okay, well, and it could mean past lives, and also I've heard people refer to it as it's coming down their lineage.
right,
So any way you look at it, you have cellular memory,
right, absolutely.
right? From this
Right.
lifetime, from your parents, it could have happened to your great great granny's grandfather.
Right, I understand what you're saying.
Okay, so that's for all the listeners. But what I'm saying is your body has a cellular memory. This body that we live in is a temple, is a container. And when your soul and your mind has worked it all through and is ready to receive what's true, unlimited abundance, the body has to be a willing host.
Mm.
And what you saw by your reaction to the dog getting hurt is your language is tragedy.
Mm.
Like, did the dog die?
Mm-mm.
Okay, however, you gave me the feeling
Mm.
that God says love and abundance, and within 24 hours, there's a death in your family. Now, but you notice the emotion that your body, your energy and motion is to recoil. That's why the little known law of money and distance. You see, really, besides giving you time to think, that's one of the things we do. We create a thinking environment, which is outlined in this Time to Think book. But we also remove the assumptions that it's dangerous to have a lot of money. In our past lives,
Mm.
it was never safe to have the most.
Mm. I hear you. Oh
You
my
can
gosh.
feel it, right?
I can feel it.
And also now, it talks about it in this Time to Think book, which I love it. It talks about is the part about comparative measures that our body does when we're standing next to somebody, a comparative measure, as opposed to measuring ourselves with ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, your eyes saw something which
Right.
is body related, and instantly went into someone's gonna die. You know, something tragic's gonna happen if I just believe and walk free. Like, what
Mhm.
would it mean? So this is, let's work with this one because I have 3 questions I'm going to share with everybody, and I want to move you through this. So, Luann, I'm going to give you time to think, and I want you to list from the dog being attacked, your daughter's, not only, it's not even your dog, it's your daughter's dog being attacked in
My
your yard.
grandpuppy.
It's your grand puppy. Oh, look, I get it. My baby's right there. Okay, during this call, I got my little baby right there. So what I'm saying is, tell me the assumptions. Just start talking about what does that mean to your abundance? Because we know they're linked. So let's just start investigating. Take a little
Well,
time.
I'll tell you, I went to a place of, I should have been home. What did I, I didn't protect that dog. I should have been there so that that didn't happen, is a piece of it, and then my heart's broken for her. She's so sad that her beautiful little puppy is a wreck right now. And, that I failed her in some way by not taking care of her dog. Um, and then of course there is the financial piece. There's $1,000 in vet bills already just from the emergency need for care for him last night. And she went to my mother and asked for some financial support. And, I wasn't there for her. I wasn't there for her to provide that, and there's a distance factor in there where she ended up with the vet and my mother was closer. So, but I dive right into that,
So your assumptions are, if and what prevented you, I needed to know this, what prevented you from being there? Like, why weren't you there when it occurred?
I was out for dinner with my husband. We were out having a good time celebrating Father's Day.
Okay, there you go. You were out having a good time celebrating.
I was
Okay.
having a wonderful evening. We ran into a friend who had a brand new little puppy who we were playing with. And
So you were having a great time,
yeah,
right? Flying high, like you said. You
I
read
had
that,
all day yesterday. Yeah.
right? Okay. And
And
then
then
this
crashed.
occurs. Okay. So this is how you phrase the question.
Okay.
Now, everybody else, you just listen right now, Luann, okay? So I want to read back the assumptions that Luann has for everyone listening. One, basically, is when she's having a good time, flying high, feeling connected, following her soul, the assumption is she's not going to be there to protect somebody she loves.
Mm.
Yeah, okay, how does that feel?
Interesting.
Right? Okay. You're going to fail your children.
Mm.
And because you're out having a good time, you're not paying attention, and the bills multiply. Like right now, what that card, that soul card, told you to do is stop focusing on the bills, basically, and say focus on your abundant gifts that you've been given as a spark,
It
right?
said, yep, as long as you follow your divine guidance, your passion, what you're meant to do, you will be infinitely abundant.
So
And so
you
it's like,
go to do that, and your body doesn't agree. See, your body holds of the body, mind, soul, 3 spinning wheels in the material world that we live in. The body holds not the strongest emotion, but it needs to agree at least 80% with what the soul says. And
so
right
again, right. So again, yesterday it did agree and all was well in the world. And then this incident, which put that doubt, that's the best word, back in my head. And now what does one do to come back?
Good. This is the question. I wanted everyone to see the assumptions because this is kind of a fill in a blank situation. Okay? We started off with a positive statement. Like, Luann, you totally get it. You're a passion test facilitator. You know You totally agree mentally and soulfully that, and you've seen it work time and time and time and time again,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That every time you go for your passion and you follow that passion, it just follows that,
Right.
right? Okay. So what would you be doing, if feeling, expressing, if you knew for certain that you could do that and all your family would be protected? Like that wouldn't be any of your responsibility. What would you be doing? Like without this assumption, because right now the assumption is you do something good and wonderful and receive something, and your body's past experiences is that's never good enough, it's never enough.
Well,
So yeah, come on, you're doing so good.
so, I mean, I'd be out and about doing my thing and helping other people discover their passions, and I'm trying to step fully into that. So, for example, this evening, my daughter had to go to work, and she didn't want the dog to be alone, but I'm like, I got to go do my thing. I got to go do my Motivational Monday and be at the gym, which I forgot to tell everybody I'm at the gym broadcasting from Roca Live. And so it was hard to do. So she ended up finding someone else to care for the dog for this evening. But I had to continue with my passion and come do what I committed to do.
Yeah, because you love it.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's because you can see your whole body's lit up. So now would see you actually did take the action. You see you without even knowing it, Luann. Like, so that's what this is for you. And for everybody else, I want you to notice and model like what Luann modeled. Like telling her daughter, no, baby, mama's going to live her passion. You got this.
Right.
Because how old is your daughter?
22.
Yeah. So she's old enough to say, I know you got this. You can figure it out.
Yep. She figured
I'm
it out.
going to live my passion. So you see your body disconnected is you already moved it. Now, for someone that's hearing this for the first time and thinking, I could never do that, I know I need to do that. I know it's the thing for me to do. But I struggle the same way when it comes between choosing between me, my passions, and my crying child, or for me, my dad, who's at home that I care for, right? If he's not happy, am I still going to be happy? Ooh, that was a big one for me.
Right.
And so, and you're going to feel that nervousness. And Luann, what you do, let me tell you, once you ask the question, you need to journal more about that. Like, don't just leave it as, because this is what will happen over the week. Okay?
Okay, I'm ready.
If you don't journal tonight about how you saw the difference and if you don't celebrate tonight how you did this anyway, even though it wasn't easy,
Right.
then by the time Friday comes, you're going to be all knotted up. Because if you don't acknowledge what your body's saying right now, that this was hard, if you try to grin and bear it, fake it till you make it, science's research has shown that causes more stress to the body. So if you're uncomfortable, like you're half in, half out, that's a good sign. I mean, look, 2 weeks ago, you wouldn't even have been able to do this.
Mm.
If that would have happened 2 weeks ago, right, you would have probably be staying home with the dog and postponing doing this, which is your dream, another week.
Right.
Right? So you journal about it tonight. You celebrate tonight.
Okay.
You realize how many people you're touching tonight.
So I think journaling is a really key piece of what you're saying here. That and I've heard this before, and I'm sure you're going to agree with me. Is that energy in motion? Emotion is energy in motion, and we've got to get that energy moving. So we're going to have the emotions. They're not going to go away. I mean, that's one of the things as I've done all this personal development work. It's like, okay, in that moment of enlightenment, where is it? So that I don't have to feel this pain anymore. And the reality is I'm never going to not feel some of these emotions. It's just energy in motion, and have to acknowledge them and journaling about them gets them moving.
That's exactly it. Well, and it actually the body's trying to say, I need to tell you something. I need to tell you something. Don't run from me. And like, you're doing great, but you need to resolve this. You know, it's kind of like not filling up for gas because you don't have time.
Right.
And then you start being more of a doer than a beer. You know, and that's why I said the thing about the tone. Okay.
That's poignant right there, right?
Right.
We're absorbed in doing instead of being.
And that's when you know, like, if you notice that you're snappy or you notice that you feel crunchy inside, I use that word a lot. I'm feeling crunchy. That means I am ignoring something my body's trying to tell me. You know? I go, oops, I feel like the Grinch. You know, the Grinch who stole Christmas, when the Grinch goes down and then he gets stuck. And I'm thinking, oh, I'm trying to put the cart before the horse. I just got this spiritual concept. I just had that enlightenment yesterday, like you did. And I'm thinking I'm going to have it solidified in 24 hours.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
No.
It took me 54 years to get to this enlightenment. But at least give myself 8 days to integrate it. I mean, you know?
Right,
but you know,
exactly. Which, you know, is another interesting factor. You know, boy, lots of points have come up here tonight. You know, for example, we women are out doing for everyone else instead of taking care of ourselves. I had a friend the other day who was very upset, and no one cares about me, and no one, you know, reaches out and is concerned about me. And I said, so how much are you caring for yourself? Because when you care for yourself first, then other people will care about you. And she was really mad at me that day.
It was because she got crunchy, bless the heart.
I take care of myself. And then it was days later, she posted on Facebook and she said, thank you for reminding me to take care of myself. And so we women need those reminders to take care of ourselves and not just do everything for everybody else.
And that's why I love, Luann, you're doing this on Monday evenings, because, you know, I like getting this reminder on a Monday instead of Friday when I've already trashed Wednesday and Thursday because I didn't journal Monday and Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it just seems like, you know, I go, oh, that's time I don't want to spend on myself. Well, just know that's you running from listening to the knock on so emotions are coming from your body. That's what I wanted to know. The words, the arguments usually come from the mind. The soul inspiration comes from the soul, and the body will just heap you up some emotions to clear so it can rise to the vibration of what your soul said. It's wanting to. It's just telling you, hey, man, you got to dump some of this baggage. We can't sink. Okay? And so, Luann, I know it's 7:01. I know we use 30 minutes, but I do want people to know that I am running a special until midnight tonight.
Right.
And it's why it's just till midnight tonight. I started it yesterday, is because it's such a good offer that I want you to know how important it is, how important you are, to give yourself time to think. So if you enroll in the Money and Life Freedom Weekend experience before midnight tonight, you'll get a copy of this book. You'll also get a copy of my favorite, Stuart Wilde, The Little Money Bible. You'll also receive a 30-minute reading from me. Then I'll pay, if this is your first time taking Money and Life Freedom. This isn't for my reviewers. I'm so sorry. You'll get such a huge discount to come. I wouldn't be able to do this. But if this is your first time, I'll pay for your hotel stay.
I know people I'm going to send that off.
This is what I'm telling you. So if you enroll tonight, I will pay for your hotel stay at the venue, which is Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night. So I want you to know that. And Luann will send the link and send everybody to that. And then you also get because the course includes a coaching call prior, like a huge coaching call. As soon as you enroll, we set that up. So before August, you start that. Then you have the weekend experience. The weekend experience includes a 40-day plan that we all stay connected because we want you to solidify what you learned. After that, then you also receive another reading from me. So you would have support between now until like October. All right.
This
If
is
you enroll tonight. So it's very well.
huge value. Huge
Yeah.
value. I've
Huge
been to
value.
the Money and Life Freedom course. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going back. I'm helping to host this one in Minnesota in August, and I did that because I want to be a part of it again.
Yes.
Hang out with these amazing ladies, Tanya included, Beth LaFavre, and Jane Cabrera. And so it's an amazing, amazing weekend. So I hope that you'll take us up on this offer, get your hotel room paid for by Tanya, and we'll all hang out for the weekend and have much more amazing experiences like tonight.
Yes.
I'm so glad you were here. You're going to come back and do
Yes.
another one of these with me.
Yes.
I forget
Yes.
the date, but we'll make sure everybody knows
Make
about it.
sure, and everyone that loved this, let us know, because we're going to want to volunteer on the next one so I can work with you. So you get to, yes, we're going to start doing some live interactions so that you get the benefit of this too. So we are
Okay, so the first person that messages me back on Facebook, personal message, I want to be the volunteer for Tanya's next call, that you'll be the gal or guy.
Yay!
You'll be the person, okay?
Oh, I can't wait to meet you.
So I wanted to wrap up tonight with a reminder as well that we are broadcasting this Monday motivational message mentoring calls from Roca Climbing in Rochester. And afterwards, we're going to gather women. We're calling it Women on the Wall. And we're going to empower. Now, see, we're all fired up. I am. I'm going to go climb those walls. And it will make me feel even stronger, right? It'll work that emotion right out of my body. And I'm going to be so proud of myself for having climbed the walls. And you can do it too. So come and join us Monday nights if you're in the area. If nothing else, come and join us on the calls so that you can listen to the amazing messages we'll bring forward to you and inspire you to have an awesome week every single week.
Amen.
Amen, sister. Anything else, Tanya, before we wrap up for tonight?
You know what I love to say. Go forth and multiply who you are, because who you are is divine.
Yes, and I'm going to own that I am a divine, dynamic, spiritual teacher.
Amen.
So glad. See, I said it out loud. Woo!
Woo!
And
Go forth. Yes.
I'm going to climb a wall.
Go for it, babes. Bye, everyone. Sweet love.
Bye-bye. Have a motivational, fabulous week.